How do you start your coaching business on the side in less than 5 hours a week? Because you have a job, you have other things going on, and you have only 5 hours or less a week to dedicate to this. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about some great time management and business strategy tips, because that's how I started my first online business about 6 years ago. I was in a busy 9 to 5 that, to be honest, felt more like a 9 to 7 or more, and I didn't have that much time. And I'm going to share with you the tips that I used to get my first few paying clients in less than 30 days, and ultimately to build my business on the side to 6 figures before I left my job. These are the same tips that I have since used to help thousands of students build their own online businesses on the side and go from employee to entrepreneur. What it boils down to is that there are only 4 things that you need to be doing to start your business. And those are the 4 things that I'm going to share with you today so that you know how to do them and you are able to build your business even if you have just a few hours a week. So let's jump right in. The first thing that you need to be doing is putting yourself out there. And I'm going to talk to you specifically about what that means. That means pitching yourself. Now, this can be uncomfortable, but I will promise you it's a lot more effective than putting up a website, spending weeks or months on it, and waiting for clients to find you. That might never happen. And I know, again, from personal experience, because I made that mistake way back, and I put up a website, waited for a year, and no one ever came and found my website. So we don't want that to happen to you. So what you're going to do instead is there are 3 types of pitching that you want to be doing. The first type of pitching is, pitching can be a really uncomfortable term, so I'm gonna say just outreach. Let's leave it at that so it's a more neutral phrase. And what you're going to do, the first type of outreach that you're going to do is you are going to reach out to people in your network who know you and ask them for a referral. So you are not asking them to buy from you directly because that can feel very uncomfortable. You're gonna say, hey, I'm starting this new business, and I know how to do this because of this, and this, and do you know anyone who would be interested in getting my help with this? Now, here's what the last thing you're going to say that makes a really big difference. You're going to say, if you do, please let me know. I'm offering a free 30-minute coaching session to help whomever get some great results first, and then if it's a good fit, I will share more about how I can work with them further. What this does is this allows people in your network to refer someone they know to you in return for that free coaching without just having to connect someone to you to be sold to. And that creates a win-win relationship. That makes that person want to refer more people to you. It helps you connect with that referral first before transitioning into talking about how you can work with them. And this is a great strategy, especially if you're new and starting out, to really build your confidence as well. The second type of outreach that you want to be doing is to potential clients. So if you are going online onto social media, you are seeing people asking about the things that you can help with, you would start answering their questions and then lead into the conversation if it feels like a good fit to say, hey, I'm happy to help you even more with this. Would you like to talk about how I can support you further? You might even see some people who you can directly share, hey, so-and-so, I have been aware of you for a while. I've been seeing your content, your questions, etc., and I would love to support you in this way, right? So you can start with offering a free coaching session again, or you can tie into directly, hey, here's how I can help you. I'd love to give you a special offer, a special price, and go into that. And the third type of outreach that you want to be doing is to make sure that you're reaching out to media publications or either other people who have audiences of your ideal clients and sharing content on those platforms to get in front of your ideal clients. So maybe you're pitching a blog in your industry that you know your ideal clients are reading. Maybe you are finding someone who has an Instagram account or a Facebook group of the people who are your ideal clients, and you are saying, hey, I would love to share a free training with your audience, and in return, if they want to learn more about how they can work with me, they can find me here. So I can just share my website. And that's what you want to be doing. And if you don't have a website, that's completely fine. By the way, you can just share your email, right? Send me an email at whatever your email address is if you'd like to learn more or if you'd like to get a free coaching session. So those are the 3 types of outreach that you want to be doing. And really, those are the things that are going to start really drawing people to you and helping you get your first paying clients. If you want more great tips, make sure you check out my video that I'm going to link for you on 4 more creative ways to get your first paying clients. So that's the first thing that you want to be doing. And that really should be taking up the majority of your time. So it might be if you have 30 minutes every day during the week to work on your business, you are spending at least 20 minutes pitching 1 or 2 potential doing outreach to 1 or 2 of the groups that I mentioned. And if you do that, 1 or 2 a day, it adds up. If you do 2 a day for 5 days, for 10 days, you do the math, right? And so that creates a snowball effect for you, even if you only have a few minutes, a few hours a week to work on your business. So that's thing number 1 that you want to be doing. Thing number 2 that you want to be doing is creating content for your audience. Now, here's the thing. You don't want to spend too much time doing this in the beginning of your business because we all start with no audience. So if you're spending a lot of time writing blog articles or emails or social media posts and you have no audience, that's not a good use of your time because no matter how good your content is, no one is going to be seeing it. And so as you are doing the outreach and bringing people back to your audience, you do want to create some content so that they can see, okay, this person's showing up and they're creating great content, but you don't want to be spending too much time on that. So what that looks like is maybe you start out and you focus on one social media platform and you share one piece of content 3 times a week. You give yourself 10, 15 minutes to create that content and then go out there and share it. That's all you're doing. So I want you to notice that we've got a really great balance of how you're using your time and managing it as well within the framework of just a few hours a week. I've got another great video for you on ways to create endless amounts of content and quickly. So I will link that for you. Make sure you check that out if you want some more help with that. Thing number 3 that you want to be doing consistently is following up with potential clients. And so what this looks like is, especially if you're new and starting out, someone might reach out to you. They might not be ready to work with you right away because maybe you are new and they need to think about it a little bit more. They need to kind of see your content for a little bit more before they trust you and are willing to work with you. But they were interested enough initially that they wanted to schedule a sales call with you, but they weren't ready to buy. So what you would do is you would put them on just a simple list on your notes or wherever. It does not need to be complicated, and maybe follow up with them every 2 weeks or so. Now, here's the thing. When I say follow up, you're not following up by sending them an email every 2 weeks and saying, hey, are you ready to buy from me now? What you're doing instead is sending them a piece of content that you created, right? Step number 2 that we talked about, and saying, hey, I created this. I thought of you because of this thing we talked about during our conversation and thought you might find it helpful. Check this out. If you're ready for us to work together or you want more support from me, just let me know. So you can end it with something like that, or you don't even have to. You can just send them something related to the content that you created. Once you start getting clients and you start helping them get great results on your follow-up list, you'll send them notes saying, hey, I just helped so-and-so get this awesome result. I thought of you because I know this was something that you wanted. Hope you find this helpful. If you'd like my help doing this for you as well, let me know. So what you're doing is you're keeping yourself top of mind for them in a really non-salesy way. In fact, you're giving them amazing content each time you do and deepening that relationship so that when that person is ready to buy, you are the person that they go to. This can be really simple. Not enough people do it, to be honest, because it's not instant gratification. But when you do this, you'll see people coming back to you a lot faster than you would have thought. And again, it's not salesy, it's you actually adding value and deepening a relationship. So when that person ends up buying from you, it actually feels better to the both of you. The 4th and final thing that you want to be spending your time on is sales calls. So anytime someone is interested in scheduling a call with you, maybe they are emailing you, maybe they have scheduled a call on your calendar system. And by the way, if you want a recommendation for that, I recommend using Calendly. The free version is more than enough to get started. That's Calendly. Okay, so that was a side note, but an important one. And back to this, that really should be one of your top priorities, priorities, because the other things that you're doing, they're bringing people onto sales calls with you. And when you do that, right, ultimately your goal is to have more sales calls so that you can make more sales. So that is absolutely a priority. Now, those are the 4 things that you want to be spending your time doing. As you get more clients, what's going to happen is there is going to be a 5th thing where you're actually working with your clients and delivering on the content that you promised, but that's just going to add up naturally as you make progress in your business. I want you to notice, I didn't say things like spend a lot of time on your website, spend a lot of time on creating a beautiful email, a sequence of emails, or setting up a beautiful website, or creating the best blog post ever, or the most gorgeous social media posts ever. There's a time and place for all of that, but not when you are starting out. In fact, I'll tell you, when I was building my first online business years ago, doing digital advertising consulting, I got my first about 5 clients without having a website because I focused on these things. I was following up with them, I was talking to them, and through doing that, they trusted me a lot more than if I had just had a gorgeous website and didn't have that personal connection with them. So that's what you're going to do to help you start your business. And if you do this, and this is all that you're doing and you're doing it consistently, what you're going to see is that you're going to start getting clients. And then it's going to become a lot easier for you to add in the time to spend more time on your business and grow. It's going to become a lot more natural because you're going to know, oh, okay, now I know exactly what I'm doing. Every extra hour I add in, I get more clients, I get more revenue in my business, it's fun, I can see it growing, and then that snowballs. However, when you are starting out and it's really hard to find that time and you're not even sure it's worth it, this is what's going to really ground you, help you manage your time in the most efficient and effective way possible, help you get some clients so that you can get to the point where you're building your business to the point where it's replacing your income or hitting whatever revenue goal that you have. So I hope you have found this helpful, and if you have, make sure that you go ahead and hit the subscribe button to be notified each week when I release a brand new video on building your own online business and going from employee to entrepreneur. I will also link the videos that I mentioned so that you can check those out as well to create lots of awesome content and for creative ways to get your first paying clients that I really have not seen anyone else share before. The last thing I have for you is a great PDF on a 15-second script to use to get your first paying client. I will link that in the description below, so if you want that, make sure you sign up to get that PDF. That's it for today. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.